Hello, it's Lori with Rock & Co Crafts. In today's video, I am going to use the new butterfly mold that I received, as well as that I just bought. I think it was in my last video. I showcased this of many different molds, and the intense Chameleon Flakes. Now, if it looks like I started without you, it's because it helps to hit the record button. So as you can see here, I have placed, it's black UV resin, and it was tricky. It's not perfect. I do see little specks and spots, and I thought I would go ahead and try a butterfly, and that's the black UV. I thought I would go ahead and try, I want to do a couple of butterfly wings and possibly this butterfly using the white. I mean, I've never used the chameleon powder, and I'm not too sure how to back it. I'm thinking after I put the chameleon powder in there, I'll back it in black. But I thought I would go ahead and try some white just to see the difference between the black outline and the white outline. And then I'll come back in with some chameleon powder. And I think for the butterflies, I want to do the violet for for a butterfly and a set of wings, and then the blue for the other butterfly and the set of wings. And then I am going to put some chameleon powder in my little dragon. And I think for that, I'm going to use, it's just called green. But these powders are just so pretty. I am curious as to how it's going to turn out in the dragon. But let's go ahead and start with, and I'm telling you, it was tricky trying to get the UV into these little butterflies. So let me kind of move stuff out of the way. And I'm just going to start by, and they get a lot of bubbles. They do get a lot of bubbles. I'm going to start in the center and see if I can't get it to spread some on its own. And then I'm just going to go around the edges. And the good thing about UV is that it doesn't start curing until after you hit it with a light. And I'm pretty heavy-handed with this stuff. I don't know a better way to do it. Originally, I put some black in here, and I was trying to use the tip of this tool to put it in there, and that did not work well at all. So I may have a little bit of over pour, but we'll just see what the end results are going to be. And if any of you all know of a better way to do little delicate molds like this, oh, please put that in the comments below. Let me see if I can just get around the, oops, boy, I really did get around that edge, didn't I? Try that again. And I just want to get around the edges and allow it to flow as much as it's going to flow. And then I'll go in there and try to get the other little details in the centers. Because yeah, there's really nothing easy about this. So let me see if I can, and the bubbles, I'm concerned, it's real hard to see the white. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to find all those bubbles. No, I think I got a fuzz on my stick, my little tool here. The black was much easier to see, I will say that. And there is a fuzz. I don't know if you all can even see this white on the camera or not. There's a lot of little details in this butterfly. I just want to kind of spread it around the edges and then try to go in, because this is really really is hard for me to see this white. Try to go in to all the little details inside of, and I mean, I did get over pour on the black a little bit, which is fine. I hope. Well, I guess we'll know for sure when I unmold it. I'm just trying to outline it. And now let me go back in with my tool again because, like, I can see a bubble there. And yeah, this is a little bit tedious, but gosh, if they turn out, I just love butterflies. But yeah, the white may not have been a real good idea simply because I'm having trouble seeing it for all these details. I know that that's not right. And I'm hoping when I go to brush the Chameleon Flakes on, because kind of like what I'm doing here and smearing it across, I did that on these and I did try to wipe it up a little bit before I hit it with the UV. But I'm sure that there's some sort of a, and I know I see little bitty dots, so hopefully the Chameleon Flakes will still spread on that. Because yeah, I got a lot on that one. See if I can scoop some of that up and move it. So yeah, these butterflies, I really want to be able to do butterflies. The details are so tiny. I don't know. I don't know if maybe if I used regular resin and a pipette, maybe then I could get it to just spread naturally. And I really can't. I'm sure you guys can't see that. I can't see that. Let's go in here and work on this one some more. And the white ones may be a whole lot sloppier than the black ones only because I am having trouble seeing it. But let me just go ahead and get some in here and see if I can't clean up some of my excess. And maybe do it the way I did the butterfly in the black. So what I did with the butterfly in the black was, and I'll show you on these wings, and it may be the wrong way to do it. I don't know. But I actually just sort of brushed it across like that just to try to make sure I had it in every little nook and cranny. And I do see a bubble there and one there. And then I just kind of tried to scoop up the excess. And then I came back in and lightly wiped it. But I could see it a lot better than I can this. Color choices may have been wrong. So let me see if I can just wipe up some of this excess. Make sure we have it in every nook and cranny, hopefully. And I don't know that we're going to be able to tell simply because the white is hard to see. I don't know that I want to do that on this butterfly, though. I am going to have to just hope that I got it where it needs to be on the butterfly because I'm having a lot of trouble seeing it. Let me set that down for a second and try to lightly go over this with an alcohol wipe and hope I don't pull everything out. I think I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that one alone. The black was much easier for me to see than the white. So yeah, note to self, don't use white UV when doing the butterflies. There's a bubble. There's a bubble. And there's little tiny little nooks. It's hard to get all the bubbles out. Okay, I'm just going to hope that that is good enough. I am going to Put the UV light on it, let it set for a second. And we'll just see what we end up with. And then once I get these cured, I'll go ahead and try to put the chameleon flakes on. I'm not sure how well that's going to work if I got UV all over the place. But we'll find that out together. These flakes are so pretty. Now I think I'm going to use the blue on the butterfly and the butterfly wings that I used white UV on, and I'm going to use the violet on the ones with the black. And the wings, if they turn out, I really want to make earrings out of them. So I'm trying to decide, maybe I should put the powder on and back them with clear. I don't know. I've never used the chameleon flakes, and I've watched a couple of videos, but I don't recall if they backed them with black or not. I know when I'm doing like using the mica powder on the water drop technique, that yeah, you have to back it with black or you can't see the water drops. But the wings, I really would like for the pretty color to come out on either side. So I may go ahead and use clear on them. And then on the dragon, of course, I will pour black after I'm done putting the chameleon flakes in there. And I hope I can do that well. The flakes are a little bit different than the galaxy powder. And now I love the galaxy powder. But these flakes are gorgeous. Let me carefully pick this up and see if I can't get it from the bottom and not shine the light in your face. Because that's usually a step I tend to forget, and that is not a good step to forget. You really do need to use the UV light on the bottom and the top. And then once I do this bottom and the wings, then I will check and see if they're dry, if they're cured. If not, we'll hit them with the light again. I do hope these butterflies turn out. I don't know if you can see right now. You may be able to see a little bit on the one that's outlined in black, the little dots of the black resin that's all over the place. And I hope that adds character instead of completely ruining it. Let me see if I can just do it this way. And I hope that's not blinding you all. But yeah, I really do want to be able to do these fine little details and not make them sloppy, because even the wings look like they're going to have a bunch of little dots. So I hope that these chameleon flakes will actually stick. Because I believe I was watching Steve McDonald the other day, and he was using some chameleon flakes, and he said they don't stick to resin. So he put some kind of glue down or something to cause them to stick. I don't want to do that, so hopefully this will work. If not, it'll be a lesson learned, right? All right, let me check these. Let's set that out of the way. Okay, yeah, they are cured. So I'm going to set those. Oh, no, I want to go ahead and put the chameleon powder on them next. So this is the blue, and I want to use the blue. I'm going to start in the center. I'll still probably make a mess, but I'm going to start in the center. This is the violet, and I don't know if y'all can see how pretty that is. And then this is the brush that came with the flakes, and super thrilled and excited about their brush. Isn't it amazing how the small things bring such joy? Let me see. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, wow. They jump everywhere, don't they? And I know that you're supposed to like burnish them in. Oh, they fly everywhere, y'all. They are flying everywhere. Let me see if I can get that closer. I don't want to get them. Oh, wow, that is pretty. I don't want to get them in my white, but it looks like some of them is trying to jump over there. Oh, that is so pretty. Let me see if I can get just a few more. I don't even want to breathe for fear that they'll go up my nose. Those are so pretty, though. And y'all, I may just, for shiggles, go ahead and put some in oh, the molds that don't have any UV. Okay, I'm gonna leave that like that. Let me get the lid. Those really jump everywhere, y'all. Absolutely everywhere. Let me get this a wipe. This is the blue. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot the wings, didn't I? Wow, those jump. Hmm. I know that these molds tend to get staticky, so maybe that's part of it. I don't even want to breathe near it for fear I'll breathe it everywhere. It is pretty though. Oh, I'm getting some of it in the white butterfly, but maybe that won't hurt it because it's just a little bit. But that is so pretty. That is so pretty. And I don't know. Let me put this away now and get the blue. And we'll use the blue. Is this blue? Yeah, we'll use the blue on the white wings. Be real careful. Oh, I don't know how well that is showing up on the camera. This is just gorgeous. And yeah, the white butterflies may be just a bit sloppy because I couldn't see what I was doing with the white UV. Come on now, get in there. Yeah, the white may be a little bit sloppy, unfortunately. May have gotten a little too thick on the edges with it. Let me see if I can get that good and burnished in there, though. We'll see. It may just be absolutely beautiful when it's done. All right, now the wings. I don't know if y'all can see all that stuff flying, but yeah, it is going everywhere. I'll probably have sparkles on me for life. Seems like when you're working with glitter or anything sparkly, it gets all over everything. And even though you clean things up, it's still, weeks later, you're sparkling somewhere. Let me see if I can get that in here just a little bit better right here. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to like thump this stuff off, but I think I'm going to. Give it a gentle thump and then clean up the mess. The best I can, anyway, for now. So let me set that aside. That's that one. Let me set those aside. and see if I can give it a little thump, clean up a little bit of the mess, set it aside, and work on the dragon. Oh, that. Let me get this wet cloth, this alcohol wipe, and yep, I'm going to skip that part too because that is really on there. It's pretty, but I don't need it to stay. All right, here's the dragon. And this is the green. And it looks like a dark, pretty green. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. It may or may not work. I know this dragon has some beautiful details. And I would love for them to all show up in this. Because this is a color shifting flake. But it also is getting everywhere and I can't really see where my mold is at. Let me get a base down and see if I can go back in and burnish after I get the base down. And then the tail. The green looks like it almost has like greens. I don't know, maybe browns. Let me get my tool and see if I can't get a little bit on there and get it through this little Humpty Doo in the tail. I guess it's a good thing that I forgot to hit record, or would be here all night with me doing just the butterflies and this stuff. Okay, now I'm going to try to really get that in there. And I know there's a lot of little fine details I don't want to miss. And if I'm doing this technique wrong, by all means, let me know in the comments below. I am very teachable. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm as impressed with the green or not. I like it, but this is brighter. I guess we'll see when it's all said and done. Now, so what I will do is I am going to use black to back this. I think I'm actually going to use clear to back these. So let me mix up some resin and I will see you shortly. All right, the resin mixed, and I am going to start with the butterflies. I hope I mixed enough resin. I never know. But these look so shallow that hopefully there's probably more than enough here. Let me go ahead and start just by pouring a little bit in these butterflies and letting them do their thing. So I certainly don't want to over pour. Where does all this fuzz come from? All right, let's see if we can get some in this blue one. I'm hoping by pouring it clear that, for example, the wings, I do want to make earrings out of those, and I'd like them to look pretty on both sides. Get some in there. And some in there. Stop. I have a fuzz on my cup. I think part of it may be from my alcohol wipes. I don't know that for sure, though. Let me get some in there. All right, let me take a peek, see where we're at here. I want to make sure that they're domed, but not overflowing. It looks like this one can use just a little bit more. And let's see. The others actually looked dome. Yeah, that didn't take very much resin at all. Let me look in here a little bit though. I can't tell if this is all the way over. I guess it is. Yeah, it is. Wow, that was quick. And I'm still not certain about this. I'm not certain about this blue butterfly up here. I mean, I used way too much white. I'm not certain about any of it, but we'll see. We'll see when it's done, and hopefully it'll look pretty on both sides. And I'll have to, in the future, try again. Only I think I may use just regular resin and a pipette to try to get it in the little nooks and crannies, and then cover it in black just to see, the difference. All right, let me go ahead. I haven't mixed the black up yet because I wanted to, even though I knew I had plenty for the butterflies, I don't want to mix too much of that up either. So let me get the mica. And this is just black mica in there. This is for the dragon. And this little bag's almost empty. Let me see. Let me give that a stir and see if it's dark enough. I want it opaque, so if not, then I will. And I may need a little bit more of the resin. So let me just add a little more clear. If I have extra black, I will pour little kitty cat molds or dog paws. And I am learning the best way to see what color it really is by putting it on a tissue. And yeah, I think that's plenty dark enough. I'm going to let that set for just a little bit because I want to make sure I get that mica powder all stirred in there real well. Give any dry little micas pieces a chance to surface. And yeah, I may just use my extra resin on that or something else. I have little molds. I have things I need to do, so. But we'll do those off camera because this video already is pretty lengthy. Let me scoot that back so you can see it a little better. I really want these to turn out well, but I don't have super high hopes for this blue one. Simply because I was too heavy-handed with the white. And the white doesn't show up very well. But practice makes perfect. Let me go ahead and get him over here. And I've learned with the dragon, I definitely want to use this little cup so that I have a little more control. So let me just put some in this cup. Stop there. And get my stick ready to stop any flow. Let me set that up there. And I'm going to start in the head and just work my way around and then come back in with the dotting tool for the little tiny details. Get a little more there so it starts spreading down the tail. I really hope this works out well with this dragon, this little dragon. I want to try the flaming dragon thingy again. Only with even more ideas, not only stuff that I learned from the first time, but ideas I've had since then. Let me set the stick down for a second and grab my dotting tool and see if I can't help this go through without scratching the flakes. And I'm going to go ahead and start working on some of these little details. And then I'll pour some more. I mean, the flakes are kind of floating up on the dragon and they look really pretty. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. Yeah, a little more black. Add a little more to my cup. And I don't think I'm going to need a whole bunch more. Just a little bit. Oh, I don't want to overflow. Don't want to overflow. Because this would be a booger if you had a bunch of trimming to do. All right, well, that's it for the pour. That didn't take long compared to the trying to get the UV on there, did it? So I need to go ahead and give it 24 hours to cure. So I will see you back for the unmolding. See you in a little bit. It's time for the unmolding, and I'm going to start with the dragon. Now, before I pull it out, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but those pretty flakes just kind of moved all the way through the dragon. I really hope this turns out. I don't know what to expect with the flakes. Let me carefully unmold this. Still just a little bit soft. And I know I have to be very careful around this little tail. It's so small. I don't want to break the tail. Carefully get under there. Ooh, I think oh no, I see just a little trim I may have to do. Thought I saw a big gap in it. Oh, you guys, I don't know if I can flick that back and forth, if you can see how pretty that dragon came out. I really wasn't expecting that. I really don't know what I was expecting with this mold. Oh, I don't know if you can see the hues of blues and greens in there or not. I'm just trying to switch it back and forth in hopes that the light will change it some for you. That turned out really good. All right. I'm going to start with the white trimmed butterfly wings and butterfly. I don't have a whole bunch of hope for these. It looks like I over poured. Oh my. I'm going to have to trim the wings. They're together. And they're okay. I'm just going to say they're okay. They're kind of, I mean, this side is pretty, but the white, yeah, I wouldn't recommend using the white. I will trim these up and probably find something I can use these for. I kind of expect the same with the butterfly that was trimmed in white. But boy, yeah, I did a lot of overpour on that and didn't even realize it. Okay, that's the back side of the butterfly. And the colors are gorgeous. I don't know if you can see how pretty those colors are shifting. Let's look at the front side. Again, white was not a good idea. I think if I would have used black and maybe even, I don't know, maybe I should have backed it in black. But I will find something to use this for. These I really want to turn out. The black trim. Let me start with the leaves. I mean the wings. Because I would, if these turn out, I want to make some earrings out of these. There's the back. And the shifting is beautiful. But I'm starting to think again, yeah, I probably should have backed it in black. I mean, they're okay. But a part of the problem is the fact that I got resin everywhere when I was trying to fill in the little details. I'm still going to try these again, only with regular resin and see, and a pipette, and just see if I can't pipette it in and then let it do its own thing and spread naturally. But there's some over pour on that too. That's not a big deal. An X-Acto knife will take that off. I mean, as far as the shifting of the colors, beautiful. And one of the things is I didn't want to back it in black, because if you make a pair of earrings, you want both sides to be pretty. So I don't know, maybe I should have backed it in black. I'll have to experiment with it more. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the butterfly out. And I kind of expect the same with it. I mean, the shifting, the powder, I mean, the flakes, excuse me. The flakes are great. I just didn't do a very good job of using them. But look at that pretty color shift, and that's the back end. The front end, again, the colors do shift, but I don't know. I'm going to have to just play with it. Maybe do a bunch of them and back them in different things and see what I end up with. But that's the way everything turned out. Now, I am extremely pleased, though. I am extremely pleased with the way this came out, and I really, really want it to color shift. I don't know how well you can see those pretty greens and blues, but the dragon turned out real well. Well, I want to thank you for watching, and I want to ask you to consider hitting the like, subscribe, and share buttons. And I will experiment with this some more. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.